Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? Alright, the Detroit Lions beat the Tampa Bay. The Detroit Lions beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-3. The Cinderella story, this amazing story for Detroit, lives on, and they're going to face the Niners in the NFC Championship game. Detroit played aggressive throughout the entire game. Offensively, they were in the shotgun, 4 wide, 5 wide. They had 2 receivers on one side, 1 receiver on the left or the other side, bunch formations. And then whenever Jared Goff would line up under center, they would utilize the play action to get guys open. Defensively, they were able to get in Baker Mayfield's face, make him uncomfortable. He got sacked 4 times, rushing their DBs, utilizing corner blitzes, being able to get pressure from the outside. Jared Goff, 30 for 43, 287 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was phenomenal. I thought this was the type of game he was going to have against his old team, the Rams, last week. The Detroit Lions did a very good job of getting guys wide open and having him throw the ball really quickly, quick throws all over the field, in between the numbers, in between the seams. He was in the rhythm the entire game, I thought. He was locked in. Jahmyr Gibbs, did I just say his name like that? Jahmyr Gibbs, 9 rushing attempts, 74 yards, 1 touchdown. He is a true speed demon. David Montgomery, 10 attempts, 33 yards rushing. Quiet day. He had 14 receiving yards. Gibbs had 40 yards receiving. Amon St. Brown, 14 targets, 8 receptions, 77 yards, 1 touchdown. Sam Laporta, 11 targets, 9 receptions, 65 yards. Jameson Williams, 4 targets, 2 receptions, 35 yards. They try to get him involved with some big plays down the field, but Tampa Bay did a pretty good job in coverage. And defensively for the Lions, they were able to get pressure on Baker Mayfield, get in his face. He wasn't really settled throughout the entire game, forcing him to get the ball out of his hands a lot sooner than he wanted to, forcing him to throw it in the flat. CJ Gardner-Johnson got an interception. They got a total of 7 hits on the QB. So it felt like, even though this game was close, it felt like for the most part Detroit was in control of it. It just felt like they had control for the most part, and they made Tampa work for everything that they had. Now shifting to Tampa, Baker Mayfield, 26 for 41, 349 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. The first pick wasn't really on him. Mike Evans, the ball went off his hands and CJ picked it off. The second pick came on the final drive of the game. Unfortunately, Baker Mayfield it up. He got hot at the end of the first half and at the end of the third quarter, and it looked like he was going to get hot at the end of the fourth quarter. He led them on a scoring drive. Tampa Bay gets Detroit off the field. Now they have a chance to go down and tie it, which they should have just kicked the field goal, in my opinion. Stop going for 2. Why are coaches, you know what, speaking of coaches, I'm shifting back to Dan Campbell. Mike Tirico during the game said Dan Gamble, so I guess that's his nickname in Detroit, or a nickname that the media has given him. I hate it, okay? And I hate it. I hate watching Detroit go for it on 4th and 1. They went for it in this game, 4th and 1 at the goal line, and I think they went for it last week against Los Angeles. I hate it, because if you don't get it, then you just missed out on 3 points, 3 crucial points that you could have gotten if you had just kicked it, that could come back and bite you. Do coaches say to themselves, hey, this could potentially fuck over my team if I decided to run it on 4th and 5 at my own 30-yard line? This could cost us the game right here, especially given the fact that we're in the playoffs. I think this guy is going to cost Detroit a chance at winning a championship. It could be this year. Could be next year, the year after. I don't know. I think he is going to be the sole reason at the end of the day that they don't win a title. And I hope that the players revolt. What's the fucking word? Yeah, revolt. Rise in rebellion. Let's see, rebellion. An act of violence or open resistance to an established government or ruler. Well, they kind of rebel a little bit. And they're like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. We're going to run it. We're going to kick it. We're going to punt it. So I hate Dan Gamble's decision making. But anyway, what the hell was I on? Talking about Baker Mayfield. Yeah, but give credit to Detroit's defense though. They were harassing him. He couldn't handle the blitz, and I thought Tampa Bay's offensive line did a poor job at blocking. They allowed some free runners at Baker. Rashad White, 9 rushing attempts, 55 yards, 36 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. I thought he was good. Mike Evans came alive at the end of the first half. Got it going in the second half. Got him involved. 12 targets, 8 receptions, 147 yards, 1 touchdown. Cade Otton, 65 yards. Receiving, 5 receptions, 1 touchdown. Chris Godwin, 4 receptions, 40 yards total. Defensively for Tampa, they couldn't really get any pressure on Goff. I mean, they sacked him twice, but the second time they got the sack, it was a 3rd and 15. They had Detroit in a 3rd and 15, and they couldn't get them off the field, and that's when they went up 31-17. Very little pressure on Goff. Yeah, those are my thoughts. So yeah, Tampa is going home, or they're already home, and Detroit will get a chance to go to their first Super Bowl in franchise history. They've been following the 1957 championship. The franchise did not win a playoff game until 1991 season and did not win another until 2023. So they haven't been to a championship game in 1957. So we'll see what happens with San Francisco and Detroit. I got San Francisco winning that game though. I think San Francisco has a bit too much for Detroit to handle. So please like and subscribe. That is it. I am out.